Welcome, m'ladies, to Sweaty Sunday, where I, your humble host Tasty, am going to be doing the sweatiest methods in the maximum gear for 8 hours straight.
Get a life, nerd.
Now, it's not just going to be any normal PVM session, because I'm going to be racing against the GP per hour rates listed on the wiki. And there's even more of a twist. If I beat the expected GP per hour, then I have to go to the one place that every man fears, the sand casino. However, if I lose, I have to give away every single GP I made to someone in next week's Sweaty Get Out. I have to give away every single GP I made in next week's Sweaty Sunday. So audience participation is very much encouraged. Now, if you can't tell from our current surroundings, we're of course going to be killing ZULRAH. And this is definitely a risky one to start off with, because if everything averages out perfectly, I should fairly comfortably be able to beat the GP per hour. But the amount of money you get at ZULRAH is pretty heavily based on the uniques, and historically speaking, I am pretty unlucky with uniques here. Now, before we get started, there are a couple things that we need to go over. Number one is obviously our gear setup here. This is currently the efficient ZULRAH setup, and looking at it makes me very sad that I don't have the twisted kit for my ancestral head. But also really happy that I have this much gear. This is actually insane. Let's give this a price check. Lots. Nah, I'm kidding. We have to do two separate windows because it's so much money. It's well above max cash, mainly due to the Harm Orb and the T-Bow here. So we're gonna have to do two separate price checks, or maybe three. I'm not sure if we can put these two together. We'll put the T-Bow in here for a good measure. Okay, so the first price check comes out to 1.42 billion GP. Second price check is just the Harm Orb here, and it's at 1.157 bill, plus the Ring of Suffering, which is like 12 mil. So I'm just gonna add 12 mil on that. Bringing the final price check to 2,601,680,826 GP. Not, of course, including all of the consumables like darts, potions, and runes that we're going to be using, which I will be doing a separate price check for. Okay, here are all the supplies we're going to be using. I have a full blowpipe, 5,000 dragon darts, 15,000 dragon arrows, a full rune pouch for fire surge, and some miscellaneous food and potions. Now, I don't think I'm going to be using all of this, but I've marked down all of these values just in case, and we're going to compare it to what we end with. Alright, lads and ladies, it is the next morning. I just woke up, if you can't tell by my morning voice, and I'm getting ready to start my 8 hours of ZULRAH. And I was looking on the wiki here for our target to beat, and it had it listed at 1.75 million, which I thought was really low. So I checked it out, and it says with maximum stats and gear, upwards of 35 kills per hour can be achieved, resulting in 4.4 million GP per hour. So this number is now our target. And I know that actually sounds pretty high. But I, of course, am not one to back away from a challenge, so I think if we get decently lucky with uniques, we have a good chance of beating this, but if we get unlucky, we're for sure gonna lose. And of course, if we lose, I give away the money. So our ending goals for today are 35,314,488 GP to beat, with an estimated kills of 280, which is a lot of ZULRAH kills for one day. However, I've got my stopwatch here, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Alright boys, let's do this. ZULRAH is by far my favorite boss, so I'm actually kind of excited to start this. The only thing we're really missing is the Magma Mutagen, so I would be extremely happy if we got that. But other than that, I'm missing the jar, so that'd be kind of cool for the collection log. Anyway, I'll shut up now, and I'm just gonna start killing ZULRAH. Okay, first kill. A little sloppy. Gonna have to warm up a little bit. With that said, the timer has officially started, boys. Let's get into it. I just started spam clicking. Wow, 3 kills in, we get a Tansfang? Oh, okay, this is a really good start, boys. We're supposed to get two uniques. If we could beat 2 uniques, then we could beat the price. Oh, okay. It's really cheap though, 3 mil. Oh my god, okay. Alright, boys, good start, good start. Okay, that is our 35th kill of the trip, which if we take our timer in here, we can see that we are exactly at 1 hour, which means we are completely neck and neck with what the wiki says we should be getting. All right, our current profit is at 7.52 million. So that's obviously way ahead of what the wiki has listed, but that's because we got that Tansfang pretty early on, and that is definitely making up for the hours that we are not going to be getting uniques. And yeah, I'm definitely sweating this, guys. This is actually kind of difficult, I'm not gonna lie. This is like full focus, so I can't even watch Netflix or anything. I can barely watch YouTube videos. It's definitely gonna be a pretty tough 8 hours. But speaking of YouTube, my guys, I am almost at 200 subscribers right now, which makes me so freaking excited. Thank you guys so much. I'm really feeling good about this video so far, and I hope this is the kind of content you guys want to see. So please let me know in the comments, guys. If this is the kind of stuff you want to see from me, then I would be more than happy to sit on my ass and sweat out 8 hours of bossing for you guys. Anyway, it's really hard for me to like focus on this and talk at the same time, so I'm just gonna come back to you guys if anything cool happens. No, dude, no. Oh, okay, bad news, boys. I did die, obviously, but it's not because I'm bad. I mean, I am bad, but that's not why I died. Also, are we just freezing today? What's going on? Is this what Soul Wars does to the RuneScape servers? Oh my frickin' god. No, my friends, unfortunately I died because my computer once again blue screened, which is bad news because that means my hard drive was not the issue, which leaves a couple things. Could be my CPU or my RAM, I'm not sure. It is very unfortunate, but gotta stay positive, these things happen, so I'm going to focus on getting a new computer as soon as possible. But of course, a more immediate problem, I lost our timer. Fortunately, RuneLite is tracking our loot, so I still know where we are there, and I do actually know roughly where the timer was, so I'm going to start it at that, and we're going to keep going. I'm just not going to be recording every single thing. Nothing can stop me from getting XP, baby. Alright, that is our very first KC milestone here of 4100, and my fingers really hurt right now, man. I have a 9-way mage switch and an 8-way range switch, so it's a lot of very constant clicking. Past that, we are a little bit over 2 hours now. Yeah, 2 hours, 10 minutes in, and we lost a little bit of time for sure with the DC and whatnot. We are about 3 kills behind, so not great, but not a lot of time to talk, so I'm gonna keep plugging away. Okay, just got our 100th kill here. We started at 4,028 KC. So according to RuneLite, we have 14 million GP so far. I think still a little bit ahead of the GP per hour, though we are under on kills. So if we look at this here, this is the stopwatch. It's counting down now, by the way. We just crossed the 3-hour threshold. So we're doing all right so far. Don't think we're going to be beating the expected kills, but there is a chance if we get 2 more uniques, we should be able to beat the expected profit. Hey, okay. Magma mutagen, thank you. Hell yeah, okay. We did it, boys. We got an Onyx. That's like the worst thing to get. That's pretty bad. Alright, we are officially halfway done with our 8 hours of ZULRAH here. Decided to fire up the stream for a little bit just because I wanted to test some things out, see how it goes. This is my first time streaming in a long time. And actually a lot of people came out. It was a lot of fun. Thank you if you came out and hung out with all of us. It was a really good time. But we did happen to get an Onyx, which is good because streaming slowed me down a lot. I was way less focused, and we actually ended up 10 kills under the hour. But about 1 million GP over the profit, so it's gonna be a tight race, but I think we can pull ahead if our luck keeps going well. Okay, here's our next and honestly probably final kill milestone here, just judging based on the time we have left. About 2.5 hours to go here, and I am slowing down, boys. Oh, I am getting tired of this. If you look in the chat box, I used my resurrection in that last fight. I really don't know how Venezuelans do this all day, man. I don't get it. But I'm gonna keep on trucking, boys. I have motivation yet, so onwards to the final 2 hours. Wow, okay, it took us this long to get an elite clue, which is actually kind of wild because they're not that rare here. Anyway, we're coming up on the final hour here. We have a little bit over 1 hour left, and it's really close, guys. If we do not get a unique, then we lose. If we do get a unique, then we win. So that's where the RNG factor that I was mentioning earlier comes in. So wish us luck, or don't, I guess, because you probably want me to give away the loot. So wish me bad luck, boys. Oh, there we go. There it is, boys. The final kill of our 8 hours of ZULRAH. Let's look at the timer. Okay, we finished that so clutch. 5 seconds left. Oh, where did my... Okay, we're we're back. And there's the timer. Alright, that was a close race, boys. Let's take the loot out and see if we beat our target of 35 million GP. Alright, family, without further ado, here's the loot from 8 hours of sweaty ZULRAH. Can't fit it all in one price check, unfortunately, but this is definitely the bulk of the items we're gonna get, so let's pop it in. 23.262 mil. Okay, that's not bad. The target to beat is 35 mil, and we do have a second inventory, so I'm gonna mark that down, and let's get the second inventory. And our second price check coming in here. Bam, 7.5 mil. If you're any good at math, you'll see that we lost pretty handily, unfortunately. Let me put up some stats on the screen here. So we ended with a total loot value of 30,850,233 GP, which if we divide that by 8 hours, gives us 3.862 million GP per hour. On top of that, our supply costs were actually not that bad. It was a bit under 7 mil, so 24 million in net profit if you care about that figure. We ended the day with 256 total kills, which gives us exactly 32 kills per hour, and that is definitely a bit under the 35 listed by the wiki, but honestly the stamina to keep that up is kind of insane, and I, no joke, have a newfound respect for gold farmers. Jagex, pretend you did not hear me say that. Anyway, fun facts, if you were to do this 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week as a full-time job, a la Dicers, it would take over 4 months of playtime to afford the gear that I did this in. My fastest kill ended up being 53 seconds, my slowest being 1 minute and 57 seconds, and I didn't get anywhere near my PB, which is interesting because that was Tebow only, but the kill times were far more consistent. I did not see a single Jad phase among any of my 256 total kills. Well, that brings us to the end of our saga at ZULRAH. I had a lot of fun making this, so if this is the type of content you guys like, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do this again because this was a really good time, honestly. And of course, I did lose the challenge. You know what that means. I'm going to be giving away this juicy 30 mil in my next Sweaty Sunday. It's pretty easy to enter. Obviously, you gotta like the video, you gotta be subscribed, drop a comment with your RSN, and tell me what you want me to kill in next week's Sweaty Sunday. I'm definitely open to suggestions, so with that being said, I'm gonna sign off here, guys, and I hope you have a good week.